ever thought to yourself, I'm just not the type of person who can stick to healthy eating? Or I've never been consistent with exercise, so why would this time be any different? Or I could never be one of those people who just eats healthy and exercises. If so, you're not alone, because so many women feel exactly the same way. But the thing is, the reason you're struggling isn't because you lack willpower, motivation, or the right plan. It's something completely different, and in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly what the real issue is and show you exactly what you need to do to overcome it. Oh, and if we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Alice. I am a weight loss coach and a psychologist. I help women break free from yo-yo dieting by changing their habits, by transforming their mindsets and their identity. Because when healthy living feels like who you are, rather than just something you are forcing yourself to do, it becomes so much easier. So let's dive in. Right now, you already have strong identities in different areas of your life. Maybe you see yourself as a reliable person, so someone who always follows through with the commitments they make to other people. Maybe you see yourself as a great mother or a great friend, someone who always puts their kids or their friends first. Maybe you see yourself as a hard worker. You get things done no matter what. If none of those resonate, have a think about what identities you hold about yourself. The thing is, you were not born with these identities. You didn't just wake up one day having become a reliable person overnight. You became them by consistently taking the actions that reinforce them. You became a reliable person by showing up over and over and over and over and over and over again. If you have kids and you feel you're a great mother, you manage to gain that identity by showing up for your kids day after day after day after day after day. If you believe you're a hard worker, you gained that identity by pushing through when things felt tough again and again and again and again and again. Your identity is built through repeated action. So if you want to become that person who naturally eats well and exercises, you need to start acting like that person even before you fully believe it. So this is where most people get stuck. They think that they're just not that kind of person. They've never been able to stick at it before, and it just doesn't feel natural to them. And here's the kicker. You already have an identity around health and fitness. It's probably just not the one that you want. You might see yourself as a yo-yo dieter, someone who's always either on plan or off plan. You might see yourself as an emotional eater, someone who always turns to food when they're stressed or upset or frustrated. You might see yourself as a food addict, someone who feels completely out of control around food. You might see yourself as too busy, someone who never has time to prioritize themselves. Or you might see yourself as a chronic quitter, someone who always starts off strong but constantly falls off track and gives up. Just like your positive identities, so being a hard worker, good mother, a good friend, being reliable, these identities you have around health and fitness got formed over time through repeated actions. So for instance, if you've always jumped from one extreme diet to the next, of course you see yourself as a yo-yo dieter. If you've always turned to food for comfort or used it as a coping mechanism, of course you see yourself as an emotional eater. If you've always put everyone else first, of course you believe that you're too busy to prioritize yourself. Just like those identities were built, they can be unbuilt as well. And I'm gonna let you in on a secret. You don't need to wait to start feeling like a healthy person before you start acting like one. Instead of waiting for motivation, I want you to start asking yourself this one powerful question. What would someone who has health and fitness as a normal part of their lifestyle do? If they're exhausted at the end of the day, would they just fully skip their workout, or would they go for a 5-minute walk just to keep that consistency going? If they're out for dinner, would they be stressing about making a perfect choice, or would they just order what they felt was right in the moment, then draw a line and move on? If they overate one day, would they berate themselves, beat themselves up and throw in the towel? Or would they just accept it for what it is and move on the next day? When you consistently act in alignment with the identity around health and fitness that you want to have, that's when it starts to feel normal. And that is 100% the goal. You're not forcing yourself to be good. You are just becoming someone who naturally makes these choices. And by the way, if you are finding this at all interesting, I post advice like this over on Instagram every single day. I would really recommend you go follow me over there. The link is in the description. So the question is, how the hell do you actually do this? Well, I have got 3 simple tactics for you to help you out. Number 1, you need to focus on small identity conforming actions. So instead of thinking, oh my God, I need to overhaul my whole life, focus on small, consistent wins. Instead of saying, I need to exercise 5 times in the gym for an hour every week, start with, I'm somebody who moves their body every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Every action that you take is a vote for the person that you want to be. Number 2 is make the hard moments work for you. So interestingly, the moments where you don't feel like doing it are actually your biggest opportunity for change. So every time you just do the thing, especially when it feels hard, really strongly enforces your new identity. So if you're tired and you don't feel like working out, just do something anyway. Do a 5-minute stretch, do a 5-minute walk around the block, anything to prove to yourself that you are the kind of person who you want to become with your health and fitness. And if you can remind yourself of that in the moment, it will also help motivate you to stay consistent. And third, finally, but not least, rinse and repeat until it feels like your new normal. I've said it once, I'll say it again. The more that you act like the person you want to become, the more natural it will feel. So what essentially starts as just a decision eventually becomes who you are. You don't think about brushing your teeth every morning and night, you just do it because you've done it since you can remember. And that is what will happen with healthy eating and exercise if you keep repeating the right actions. So the next time you're struggling with motivation, you don't feel like doing it, or you want to throw in the towel, you just need to ask yourself, what would a person who has health and fitness as a normal part of their life do in this situation? Then take one small action that aligns with that. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, and over time, that is who you will become. I would love it if this video resonated with you, for you to go and hit subscribe, because I post value like this on YouTube every single week. And remember, I post advice and tips like this on Instagram daily, so go and follow me over there as well. Link is in the description. And if you would like to find out about working with me on a one-to-one basis, again, the link is in the description, so go and check that out. I'll see you in the next one.